everybody, back on, first time live, bear with me, sorry about that. Just gonna make sure that we have the comments enabled, gonna try that out. Any luck? You see it on the bottom of the video?
Just hasn't shown it's up live yet.
Okay, no worries, we'll just run with it. Okay, hey everybody, I'm Mary from Country Chic Paint. Apologies for the first video there. Live, running it, so just gonna give it a whirl. So as I said, Mary from Country Chic Paint, working from home in my home studio. Just wanted to show a little project that I'm going to be doing today, an old Art Deco magazine rack of my mom's. She wants it painted in Peachy Keen, and I love this color, so I'm happy to oblige. Just gonna have it up on the table here. This is the piece I'm going to be painting today. If anybody hasn't used our paints before, I highly encourage that you do. They're great. It's a chalk and clay-based paint. Has a beautiful matte finish. We are good. We got comments?
I'm going through. It looks like it's available.
Awesome. I've got my mom reading the comments today. She helps me. She's also a good painter in her own right. So just gonna start off. Do we have comments? Do we have anybody tuning in?
Nope. If you can make your video less fuzzy though, that would be good.
I don't know if that's my fault.
Okay.
Okay, so just gonna start off. Before I started here, I did give it a scuff sand because there was some old flaking varnish on it. In fact, it even smelled a little funny as I was sanding, so I knew that I wanted to do that. So I've got a smoother, more even finish to start with. And I'm not gonna put any primer or anything on this. I'm just gonna go right on with the paint. So we've got this lovely corally peachy color going on. And I'm just gonna see if I can move the camera a bit. Hi guys. Oh, hey from Delaware. Hey, hey. I'm on Vancouver Island in BC, Canada. So it's 11 a.m. here, nice and sunny. Absolutely gorgeous out. Let me know where you're from. I'd like to know who's watching. So just gonna go with a little bit on my brush. This is a 1.5 oval from Country Chic Paint. Really awesome to use. Holds all the paint nicely. And that's the first bit right there. Love this. Just gonna do really thin coats so it dries fast and adheres nicely. All right, this is just pretty. Love it. Has anybody used this paint before? Anybody watching? Give me a shout out. Let me know what color you've used before. If you used all the colors, that'd be nice. What are they saying?
We have our first comment. We have Donna Messer.
Oh, hey Donna.
NC, beautiful day.
Hope your day's going well. Anybody else working from home or painting from home more than usual? It's kind of fun. I know I'm getting a lot more craft projects done. Spring cleaning came early too. Just show you what that looks like so far. Nice angles. We'll see how far I get. I think this thing might only need 2 or 3 coats. And then I want to add some bronze metallic accents maybe. Anything. The project kind of changes 3 or 4 times before it's done. Nice thin coats. Always kind of working in one direction. I know you can slapdash if you like, but I like just a nice, neat application. Get a smoother texture. Love this color. So yes, just gave this a little bit of a scuff sand with a 180 grit sanding block. Took off a fine layer of already chipping stain and varnish on here. So now it's nice and smooth. You don't always have to sand or prep much of the pieces you paint, but everything is a little different, so it helps to just make sure it's ready before painting.
Donna would like to know what color this is.
Ooh, I'm happy to tell you. That's Peachy Keen. That's this beautiful peachy apricot pink. It's kind of a grown-up color, but it looks really good on vintage pieces, which I hope to show you in a second.
Some of our viewers are commenting on tornado warnings.
Oh,
So
okay.
in their area, you and I are familiar
Yikes.
with that, living in Alberta for a long time.
Yeah, we don't
Stay
have
safe,
tornado
guys.
alley necessary, but yep. Stay safe, guys. Be careful.
We have someone from Toronto who's just signed in.
Oh, hello from Toronto. How's it going over there? Other side. Scott, leave the door open. Good, okay. Cat gets out. How was everybody's weekend? It was just Easter. I had a long weekend. We started on Friday. I'm well rested.
One of our comments, Demetria Morris, do they have a rose gold color?
A rose gold. We don't necessarily. One of my coworkers mixed two of our metallic creams, a gold and a silver together, which made a rose gold metallic, but it's a cream, not a paint. You could mix, I don't know, what would make a rose gold. This is pretty close. You could make it a blush pink.
If you took the cream and maybe did a wash over top of that, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
you would get that hue.
Yeah,
on the
if you
top.
wanted, you could just put a wash of metallic cream over top, like the thin wash of pocket watch maybe. Give it a bit of gold shimmer. I would say this is a nice rosy pink already. So it's already starting to dry. I like to give everything maybe 20 minutes before I go over it again. Just make sure it's really dry to the touch. And if you go over wet paint and it starts to bring up the other layer on you, then it means you just need to let that dry a bit longer. It's just soaking right up. Okay, and there's some nice detail here that I can't wait to paint over. Just gonna bring this out. Some metal. Now just painting right over that. Nice thin coats. Sticky drawer. Actually, I think I might just pop this out. Okay. There is a bit of gross wood glue in here, so I might take a knife to that later, but just going to be painting today. Any new comments? We got some new people.
We have 18 people watching.
That's nice. All right. Nice thin coat on the top.
This is a little $10 treasure from Cal Bay.
Oh yeah, it's a thrifted find. Don't need to buy new. There's already so much out there. Absolutely love this color. We also have Ooh La La, which is a bit of a lighter pink. I like using that one. These two together look really good. Catch all the spots. Ooh, and there's those details. Just a little dry brushing already kind of brings them out. Very, very pretty.
Oh, Donna suggests maybe cranberry or faith colors with a glaze might make a nice rose gold
Ooh.
color.
The Faith, that is a good one. That was a good color.
I
It's
think
like a terracotta pink color. Yeah.
it would start to change it a little bit.
Good suggestion. Thank you, Donna.
Rose gold is really pretty.
I love
Such
it.
a nice warm color.
Very fashionable too. Very trendy. Okay.
And we have from the Shabby Vintage Belle, Brave Girl going live.
Yeah,
Yes.
Hillary, right? Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I love your lives, by the way. That's a lady that knows what she's doing. Hopefully I get better. There won't be any more test runs.
We'll get this zoom figured out too. It's zoomed in, so sorry if it's
Yeah.
a little grainy.
Yeah, sorry about that if the quality isn't too great right now. Just getting the bottom of this piece. Not sure if that's visible, but I want you guys to see the lights because they're really nice. Look at that. Look at how pretty those are.
We will have to fix the zoom because we can't see the
Our Deco
detail.
lines.
It's coming.
Just painting the front here. Love it. So this side is already drying up on painting that side. Just have one window open because I live near the ocean. Fresh air is nice, but just room temperature is pretty much the best to paint in, or in the shade if you're outside.
Yes, I learned that yesterday.
She paints outside all the time, my mother, and it boils up on her, dries too fast.
Well, it does make a nice crackle effect if
Yes.
that's what you're looking for.
Just gotta pick a good day to do
It's
it.
kind of cool, actually. I'm working with that texture.
Nice. Just painting up the sides. It's got these lovely little scallops. Can't wait to put some books in there. Get the back too. This thing is pretty enough from every angle. You could leave this out in the corner of a living room. It's gorgeous.
Yes, John would like to know when it can come back so he can put his race car magazines in it.
Yes. This beautiful magazine rack is just gonna have race car magazines in it.
Not sure what he'll think about the new color, but
It's not his decision.
it held his magazines really well. He won't notice.
I'll get in there when it's dry. This is still a bit wet. Lots of good stuff here. Okay. It looks like it popped off at some point and then somebody glued it back on. So, it's had a little story to tell, I'm sure. I love it.
Oh, Lynette Ventero, she just used Faith on a large dresser mirror and an IOD transfer.
Ooh, I love those transfers. That would look nice.
You don't have a jar of Faith handy here, do you?
I don't, unfortunately. I have the color card. Okay, just gonna move that around. Pop this back up a bit. There we go. Okay. Love this color. Oh, and just one more thing. Just wanted to let you guys know you can get these products at countrychicpaint.com. We are offering a little promotion code, Peachy Keen, no, just Peachy 10. 10% off the website, so make sure you keep a good lookout for this code. Use that, Peachy 10, at checkout for 10% off. You don't have to get Peachy Keen. Be cool if you did, but that's okay. Whatever color you're interested. I know that some of us have some time to get some of those projects done. Maybe you're looking around the house and you could see one or two things that could use a new coat of paint. This might be just the thing.
Roseanne
Yay!
from Country Chic Paint.
Hi, Roseanne.
She is watching with the kids there. Loves the flowers in the background. I do too.
Thank you.
Mary
Thank
was
you.
working on this for the last couple days.
Yeah, this was my weekend project. Just drawing some doodles, painting them in. All Country Chic Paint, by the way. Absolutely love them.
Kimberly Drake just wants to know, is there any problems with the bleed through since sanded? And we were worried about that. When we were
Yeah,
looking
as
at
I was sanding it, I was worried that tannins in the wood would leach through, but you know, I'm not actually seeing that on this piece. From what I've read and who I've talked to, it's almost a gamble whether or not you're going to encounter bleed through. So I do have some Zinsser Kill BIN primer that would take care of that if I was worried. It comes in white, and I want to distress this later, so I'm just going to take the risks, and I'm glad I did because I'm not getting any bleed through so far. But that could happen when it's fully dry. You never really know. I am going for a rustic look though, so I kind of just like to paint on. Good question though.
We've noticed that too with tough coat. We don't
Yeah.
see it till we do a layer of that.
Sometimes a top coat can bring it up. So just, we do have a surface prep guide on the website, just surface preparation, Country Chic Paint. It does have a handy little flow chart that tells you what pieces might be susceptible to bleed through. Anything from a smoking home might, the nicotine embeds in wood. That can sometimes happen. But I have painted a few pieces from smoking homes, and I haven't encountered it myself. I know if I was painting something in white, I might be a little more cautious, especially if you're doing this for a friend or a custom project. You might want to do the proper prep.
Kimberly wants to know, can you use a spray shellac if you encounter spots of bleed through?
Yep, quite a few of our retailers swear by that. It's easy to apply in the spray form, of course. So yes, absolutely. It's a water-based paint, so make sure whatever you're using underneath is compatible for that. So you could even use a sprayer for this paint. I just like the good old-fashioned brush feeling. Uses less paint too. I can see that I didn't do 100% in removing the varnish, so I do have a little bit of texture, but I like that. I don't mind. I want this to look a little worn. Just love these lines. Got to show that off.
More comments on your flowers?
Thank you.
Vintage Belle?
Yeah.
Those are the flowers I want on my chicken coop.
Yeah, my mom has a chicken coop that her loving husband built her, and now I get to paint it. I'm very excited. It's going to add lots of details, and all the Country Chic paints will be perfect for that project. So we'll try and catch that live too, maybe. Outside, nice in the sun. Definitely what I need more of.
Very safe for the chickens too.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know if they can see color, but I'm sure they'll like what we have planned. Just catching the back here. Love it.
What kind of brush are you using?
This is the oval brush. We have a few. That would be a good idea. These are the brushes I like to use in any given project. That might be fun. This is a paint sponge. Very handy to use for any project. You can use this with top coats, so clear coat and tough coat. Just rinse in between uses. These are my go-to brushes, the oval brushes from Country Chic Paint. I love them. They hold all the paint. It's such a smooth finish. It's easy to hold. My little hands prefer the 1.5. We also have really good starter brushes. Just these angle brushes, very flat. All of them are synthetic bristles, which is best for this kind of paint. And then this awesome stiffer round wax brush that I also use. Probably will be using that to finish this up for a softer touch. Oops. A little tricky getting in there. I think I might use the sponge for that area. It's just a bit tricky. We're angled.
Yeah.
You've tilted us.
How's that?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, solid. It's going down again.
I know, it seems to be falling.
Ah, well, it's fine. Just gonna pop into the front. Apologies. Get a better angle here so you guys can see what I'm working on.
Lynette has just said she used tough coat to stop the bleeding on her right table.
Oh, nice. Well, it is best for kitchen tables too. Nice and durable. I love this color. It's a well-used jar, and I still have plenty of it. I think I could get this project done with the half that's left in here.
We have Diana from Williamsburg, Ontario.
Hey, Diana. Thanks for watching. Hope you're picking up some good tips. Hope you like this color. Let us know in the comments what you're working on, or if you're painting today, if you're painting at the same time as I am, or if there's just a project you want to get started but you haven't yet. Let us know in the comments. Always love to know. Might be able to help. Always interesting. I'm not going to paint the inside, but I will paint that. Ooh, bit of stretching required here. Make sure I get all the edges.
And how long do you wait before coating it all over again?
It's best to give your paint about an hour to dry, maybe half hour before you apply a second coat. It is nice and warm in here though, and we are live, so I might just pass the hairdryer over this really quickly before we go in for the second. Because once you apply that next layer, it's just perfect. All the spots are gone. But I do like to do the thin coat first. It's very important to just have a nice base layer, no matter how patchy it is.
Kimberly has a really good question, and is the paint self-leveling?
It has some self-leveling qualities, yes, but keep in mind if you're painting an old piece that has a bunch of chips on it or a textured surface, that will just settle on top of it to some degree. But it is pretty smooth, yes, and especially with these kind of brushes. I don't have much trouble. It's pretty nice. The second coat will definitely look more even, but yeah, self-leveling.
I find if you're in a hotter environment though, it firms up too quick.
If you're outside or if you're in like above room temperature, you'll find that the paint dries very, very fast. That can be a plus for some projects, but a hindrance for applications. So I do like to have, on a hot day, or if you find that it's drying too fast, just spray the surface or keep your brush moist, and it really takes care of the problem. And paint in the shade if you can. It's always best. Any other peeps? Oops. And just gonna hold this up again for anybody who just joined. Remember, Peachy 10 for 10% off the website, countrychicpaint.com or .ca if you're in Canada. So just make sure, give that a check out if you're looking to start some projects this spring. I've got lots planned. Oops.
You have how many projects on your list?
Oh my goodness. We could just like turn the camera and you could see all of the stuff just stacked on the wall. That's what I've got to paint. A couple of nightstands. Of course, it's a lot trickier picking stuff up on Marketplace these days with the social distancing going on. So I've got nothing to do but focus on the pieces I already have, which is nice because I've been putting them off because they have too much work. Or so this is a good boost, I guess, to get that done. And I hope to do some more videos capturing those projects for you guys. It's always helpful to watch it happen before you try it yourself, especially if you're just starting out. Keep in mind, we do have a lot more tutorials, projects on the Country Chic Paint YouTube page, on our Facebook, and on our website. We have some great step-by-steps there too, if you're just looking for some general instruction. Oop, having a bit of a tough time getting in the center. We'll get there. Just the right amount of paint on my brush. That's all I need. Okay, definitely applied it thicker in there, but it was hard to get to. That's okay. Just going to quickly use a hairdryer. Apologies for the noise. It is also pink. I hope that helps. 1 second.
do you use that on a cool setting then, or warm?
I
or-
don't have that on the hottest setting. I just want to dry the paint, not blister it up. Sorry about the angle there. So yeah, just not to the point where the piece itself is cooking, but just good. Okay, so it's nice. And if you want, this is a good the scratch test that we're talking about on our flow chart on the surface prep page. When you're starting out and you're not sure if a piece has, if it's not going to adhere well to the new paint, just give it a good scratch test. So I'm not applying a lot of pressure, but I'm just taking the edge of my nail and just seeing if that paint comes off. I just have little white marks from my nail. Nothing came through. I can't see the wood, so I know that it's stuck on pretty good. If you do find that it's peeling right off, it could be that the surface underneath is too slick. Maybe you're working with an oil-based coating. Just a little prep might be needed before you keep going. So always good to check, but I'm pretty confident that this piece will have no issues. Should not have said that. But I'm already liking it. Such a fresh color. See, instantly just a bit brighter, because the bluish brown wood tone is not coming through anymore. It's nice and fresh. Any new comments?
No, I think everyone is just watching
Just
along.
watching.
There's 32.
Nice. Thanks everybody for tuning in for my first live. I really appreciate it. Wasn't sure if anybody would be watching. Maybe 10 was nice, but this is good. Thank you. Do plan on doing this on a frequent basis, so if we don't finish today, this project, you'll definitely have to sign in and watch me finish it tomorrow. And if you have any questions that you're curious, needing answers to, just put that in the comments. I do work for Country Chic Paint, so that might help. I'm the girl that answers the phone, so I might be able to help you here too. Just go ahead and post those questions if you have them. Everybody needs a little help sometimes. There we go. Love this color. Just gonna turn this around again, get to the sides. Just whoop, up. I did forget a section here. So this coat is also just as thin, but it's already filling it in any of those shadowy areas. It's doing a good job. Oops.
Donna says it's looking very pretty.
Thank you, Donna.
I think so too. We'll work on the zoom because it's really hard to see some of the finer detail. But
Yeah.
the color really is turning out pretty good, and the second coat,
Yeah.
it doesn't show as much on the video at the moment, but it really is covering all the.
Okay. Well, I can try and get in just a bit closer if you guys want to see. This is kind of what we're working with, those nice details. So this is one freshly applied coat of paint. I don't know.
Now some of the detail on
Okay. And this is just the one coat. So you can see I've messed up. There's a little spots missing. We're just going to fill those in. That's the top. So lots of cool stuff happening. Sorry about the quality here. Okay. Just gonna get the bottom maybe. Pieces like this with nice grooves and lines will look really pretty, accentuated with some wax or glaze. That just settles into the grooves, gives it a bit of old, worn character, because now that I've painted it, it's very fresh looking, which might be a good look for some, and their decor, but I like things to look like they've been beat up a little bit. So I might be adding some effects later. Just gotta let it all dry.
We have Cindy from Conception Bay South, Newfoundland and Labrador
Oh,
in
hey,
Canada.
Cindy. We have a retailer there.
Kimberly loves the peachy flower on your wall there,
Thank you.
just above
Yeah,
it.
Peachy Keen is on the back wall. It's one of my favorite colors to work with. It's a great floral color, spring color. Yeah, just anytime. It's great. What are we for time?
Oh, 20 to 12.
Okay, time flies. My mom said, no way people are going to want to watch for more than 10 minutes. But she's wrong. I win.
And you can make me lunch for that.
Yep, winner makes lunch. Makes sense. Just gonna fill these little pouches. So that's kind of the idea here. Just a few thin coats of paint, a little bit of prep if necessary, and I've already gotten a good jump on the project. John is going to be so happy when he sees what color this is. That was, if you can hear snorting, my dog is asleep on the couch. Sorry. I won't wake her. Ugh. Ooh.
Just a shabby vintage though, likes your workshop since it's very tidy.
Thank you. Tidy now, yes. Not always. Mid-project it's going to be a mess, but I think that's the same for anybody. This is also a great paint to use just indoors in your living room. It's how I started out. I just had a little drop cloth to protect my floor. It's a rental, so got to take care of it, but yeah, this is a very easy, just start it out, see if you like it kind of product, and it ends up with something that you created yourself, so it's kind of nice. Feel good and have something pretty. The other side. Just filling in the little gaps where I can see the wood. Doing a very spotty second coat. The first coat did cover pretty well for me. If you want to have tons of paint on there, you can. But it does have good coverage, so once you see it just the way you like it and it's had some time to dry, keep painting or seal or leave it as is. It's all up to you. Some people like to use 220 fine grit just to lightly sand up any of the rough areas. I might do that later because I do see little collected lines where my paint dried. So it's nice just for a more polished look, just to sand off any of those areas that you created texture. I'm not going to get my hair in it. So yeah, just a little bit of paint on the brush, on the ends. Filling those in. I think we can grab the drawer, paint the front. So this is oops, come around. This is just one coat on there. I don't know if you can see that very well. Maybe not. So it's very bright in here. Sorry about that. But it's just a bit patchy. So just going to go over with another thin coat. Catch the goop on the end. Nice clean. I think I might put a cute little wrapping paper on the inside, decoupage it, Make a nice trendy drawer liner on the inside, so it's not just plain wood.
John will love the flowers.
John will love that. I think I'll pick something floral.
Very floral.
Floral and pink to go with the decor. Alright, so got the drawer painted. Set that down. Don't forget, Peachy 10. That's the code of the week. Relates to the project, so 10% off on our website, countrychicpaint.com. If you're interested, you don't have to get Peachy Keen. It would be nice, but it's just a good color. Maybe you know somebody who wants to start out. That might help them. What's the time again?
1:45.
Okay. Well, I think we're at the 45-minute mark for this video, so I think I'm gonna end it here and pick this up tomorrow, where I'm going to be distressing and adding some wax for effect. That'll be where the fun part is. You might see more of these details because these lines at the bottom need to be captured with something cool. So I can't wait to do that. I'm going to let this dry for a little bit, and then tomorrow, if you'd like, I'd love to see you here where I'm going to be distressing and waxing it. So once more, Peachy 10 is the code to use this week if you're interested in shopping online. If not, be sure to check out your local retailers. I'm sure they would love some visitors right now if they're open. So just if you have any questions, always countrychicpaint.com will be able to help there. And in the comments of this video, if you have some more questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
And tomorrow you'll cover the different distressing techniques you can
Yeah,
use?
I think I'll be able to show just a couple different distressing techniques that will help too. Just depending on the project you're working on, sanding or wet distress might be better. So find out tomorrow. Again, hope you guys have a really great day and happy painting. I'm gonna go turn this off now. It's way over there. Okay, have a good day, guys.